Hi YouTube, my name is Charlie and I'd like to talk to you today about chondro care. As you can see in front of you is the 3.5 foot by 3 foot high vivarium which is housing my male Chondro Python car. He's 11 years old and I've had him since a hatchling. You can see in the roof of the vivarium there is the lighting, which is housed underneath a canopy. This is on a timer. I'm just going to open the vivarium now. As you can see in the back here is my male mustard yellow chondro, who looks like he's just woken up. On the rear wall here you can see I've covered in natural cork bark. This is glued on with aquarium sealant. The branches are made of a twisted vine which is been stripped. Oh, he is awake. There you go. He's come to say hello. The roof of the vivarium is two infrared ceramic heaters. They're enclosed, obviously to stop the chondros from burning themselves. These heaters are controlled by a pulse proportional thermostat. You can see he's very inquisitive. You can see by how often he flicks his tongue as to how inquisitive his ears. He's not feeling threatened though. Just curious. You can see on the rear walls of the vivarium I glued some glass structures to incorporate live plants. These have been covered in the natural cork bark. I don't believe in using plastic plants. When using plants, I've always gone for fairly robust plants that can cope with snakes sitting on them, and can cope with the temperature gradient within the vivarium, so they need to be able to cope with quite warm temperatures. So plants like philodendron are okay. The floor of the vivarium I've got peat moss and sphagnum moss, which is moist to keep up the humidity. So basically many keepers will tell you that these small plastic vivariums are quite suitable for adult chondros. If you think that they come from rainforests and they live in the tops of trees, I would suggest that a sterile plastic vivarium with a plastic perch is not very natural for these poor animals, and you're keeping these animals for your benefit and not for them, and really you should keep them as natural surroundings as possible. And I'd suggest a 2 foot by 2 foot vivarium, which is the normal size suggested for adult chondros, is pretty much on the small side. When you see chondros during the day, they tend to be asleep on their perch, but at night they can be very active. But as you're asleep, you don't see them moving around their cage. I've often seen him trying to escape, my male here, even in this size vivarium. So I would suggest that the bigger the vivarium, the better for these adults. More branches, optimum lighting and heating, and reasonable high humidity. So you need a temperature gradient within the vivarium. Anyway, this is all I'd like to say at the moment, and thank you for listening. Speak to you again soon. Goodbye.